Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Soo, your East Oakland advocate. Well, another body is turned up in Lake Merritt, and it's amazing all the bodies of murdered people that have shown up in Lake Merritt. And I don't know why people keep throwing uh, bodies into Lake Merritt, because it's an enclosed lake, and it's not very deep. And there's only one exit. So, yeah. Well, over kind of the history of Lake Merritt and the bodies, one of the most famous um, murders and bodies that showed up was a thief and that stole Hell's Angels Sonny Barger's motorcycle. And a few days later, that Sonny Barger's motorcycle was found in Lake Merritt, pretty close to where the body was found today, which is on Lakeshore and Hanover. I know that spot because um, I was doing some video with my videographers over in that part of Oakland during the summer. And we shot some fishing scenes over there. I didn't expect any fish or anything. We didn't have any of the right equipment or anything, but it was for the documentary. But anyway, things tend to show up over there for whatever reason. And in this case, Sonny Barger's bike showed up in the vicinity a few days after it was stolen. And then what ended up happening a month later, a body showed up there, and it is assumed that that was probably the person who stole Sonny Barger's bike and then threw it in Lake Merritt. Uh, but that was one of the most famous ones. That would happen back in the early 70s. So I was, if I remember right, I was just in junior high school. I was going to Frick Junior High School, and the clubhouse wasn't that far away from the junior high school. So it wasn't like we didn't know who the Hells Angels were. They were a very big group, and in fact, they're such a close group that they even have grave sites at um, Evergreen Cemetery right here in East Oakland, and there's a whole bunch of them right off. You can see it through a former gate that is now closed on the property, and it's in the most easterly section, not in the more western section, closer to the high school, but the one closer to MacArthur Boulevard. And there's a gate that was closed off, but you used to be able to look inside this the former driveway and see, uh, if I remember, there were at least 5 headstones of Hell's Angels members. And how you knew that, because they had their colors on the headstones, the logo, the uh, the motorcycle group insignia on their headstones. So that's how you can tell that they were part of Hell's Angels. But anyway, uh, it's pretty much been rumored that the body that showed up and was recovered in Lake Merritt 2 weeks or a month later, after they recovered Sonny Barger's stolen bike, was the thief who stole it. But anyway, that's not the only one. One that really hits close to me happened right after I had graduated from Oakland High School. I was a senior in Oakland High School. The graduation year is 1978. And in the summer, it was just a couple of weeks into the summer school. I I was already looking for work in the work world, and I ended up getting a job shortly thereafter, right at the end of June, and I started working at Grand Auto as a part-time employee at the period. But anyway, in the news, a hand and a foot showed up in Lake Merritt, out by the floodgate that fills and drains Lake Merritt. So they recovered a foot and a hand, but they didn't recover the torso or a head or anything else. And back then there wasn't DNA, but they went through a lot of missing persons, and then there one that specifically popped up, and the hand verified who it was, because the fingerprint was still, they were still able to recover the fingerprint off the hand. So it was also assumed, since it was found in the same vicinity as the hand, the foot, they were all tied together. Eventually, the torso was found in the Oakland estuary, which tied everything up, and they did recover all the body parts. And the sad part was, it was an Oakland High student that was murdered. And it was an Oakland High student that did the murdering. And the murderer was actually 1 year behind me in the class of 77 or 79, because I was class of 78. So class of 79, he was the weird character on campus, and he was actually, my sister was friends with this individual, and so we had a nickname for him, and it wasn't very complimentary. And then it ended up that this individual that was just the weird person at Oakland High, ended up being the murderer. And it was because this person was bullying him, and he had enough of it, and so he killed him. And then after he killed him, he realized that he did something wrong, but then he didn't fix the wrong by calling 911. He fixed the wrong by making more wrongs. He chopped the dude up and threw him, some in Lake Merritt, some out in the Oakland estuary, and so that's how he got caught. And anyway, there's been a lot more bodies recovered. There's been a lot of things that they're found in Lake Merritt that shouldn't be found. But again, Lake Merritt seems to be a place, a dumping zone for really stupid criminals, because the lake isn't deep. Don't dump bodies there. If you're going to go dump bodies, go dump it outside the bay. You need to get a boat or own a boat. Go take it outside the bay, dump it out there. That's the only way you can have a half a chance at hiding the body. If you dump it in Lake Merritt, that's a 100% guarantee to be caught, and you're going to be caught, because all the cases that I can remember, going back all the way back to Sonny Barger's bike, they've been resolved, and they found the murderers. They resolved the murders, and they do a really good job. And especially when you do it like that, you throw it in a suitcase, or you throw it in a steel drum and seal it up. You seal in all the evidence. Same thing with a suitcase. Little more chance for it to break down, because you can be contents can be contaminated with environment. But anyway, folks, if you're going to kill somebody, don't throw them in Lake Merritt. Too many people do that, and they always get caught. But again, we're going to have some more stupid ones get caught here. Is they put them in the suitcase, and crew worker today found them, and That was 11 o'clock this morning. And boy, I tell you what, that sure spoiled my lunch. Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back.